You ready, bro?
I'm about ready.
Alright then. Hi guys, I'm here with my friend Rizwan, who's representing One Ummah Charity. And Rizwan, tell us a little bit about One Ummah Charity before we get on to the project that we're going to be supporting.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Thanks for having me, Al-khabass. One Ummah Charity, we're a relatively new charity. We've been running for around a year and a half, just under 2 years. We're running projects in Syria, in Palestine, in Burma, here in the UK, in Middlesbrough. We have a soup kitchen, soon to be in other locations as well. And we're also doing water projects in Pakistan and Bangladesh. So we're getting ourselves quite out there.
Right, you're brilliant. And some of the places that you've mentioned, you're doing different projects in different areas, aren't you?
Yeah.
So which project is it that we're going to be focusing on for the Dawn Till Dusk Challenge?
Well, the project that I think we should be focusing on, and we will be, hopefully, is the project that we want to carry out during the blessed month of Ramadan in Burma.
Right.
And specifically we chose Burma because at the moment we feel like those people have been forgotten by the world because they're not relatively in the media and not a lot of people know about the situation. But unfortunately, you're talking over, a couple of 100,000 people, close to 250,000 people have been displaced. There's around 1.2 million people living in a state of like a camp. They're not allowed access to education, access to having marriage is difficult for them. Having more than 1 or 2 children is difficult for them. Access to food, they're getting abused. The UN has said that basically they're like the most ethnically targeted minorities in the world. So yeah, at the moment, this is a very difficult situation there in Burma. We want to do what we can. We're going to be hopefully having food distributed on the ground there, shelter, clothing, and different things. So hopefully, we're hoping everyone can get behind you and get behind the charity as well, and try and help the people in Burma.
Brilliant. You brought up a good point there about what the United Nations have said, that they're one of the most targeted ethnic groups in the world. We've seen, on the YouTube and in certain, TV stations, maybe Al Jazeera based abroad, we've seen pictures of people being displaced, people being made homeless. We've also seen some horrific images, I've seen an image of someone getting burnt alive by people, and everyone was just kind of watching. One person went to help and people stopped him from helping. People being slaughtered there, tens of thousands are being killed. But you don't really hear too much about it on the maybe British media. They're focusing more on, for example, maybe Syria, places like that. And although they're just as important, maybe because this isn't getting publicised quite as much, people aren't aware of it as much, and therefore not as much help and support is being sent over there.
Yeah, definitely. I think, unfortunately, it's not seen as significant as other countries, like you mentioned, and that's why we want to try and focus on Burma, because we're obviously wanting to help anyone from any country, any race, any religion, any part of the world.
Yeah.
And we believe that these Rohingyans, this ethnic minority in Myanmar, in Burma, have been forgotten about, and they're being persecuted, and at this moment possibly the worst persecuted minority in the world. So it's only right that we try and raise awareness about these Burmese people and try and do what we can. So hopefully if we can get some funds in, hopefully we can provide them with some assistance. It'll really go a long way for them people, because at the moment they're suffering from psychological abuse, sexual abuse. They're being killed, like you said, being burnt alive. They're being dragged across streets, bricked. They're being really, it's a crime against humanity what's taking place there at the moment, and it's unfortunate that again we don't have no coverage.
You raised a good point there about you mentioned sexual abuse. One thing that people don't take into account is the certain things that you can see, certain images that you can see in effect, like watching somebody dying or a child crying for lack of food or whatever. But what you don't see is the psychological effects that you've mentioned on people, the psychological needs. And also, as people get more and more desperate, it can affect how far they're prepared to go in order to be able to feed. If there's a mother with kids and she's got nowhere else to feed them, somebody might come and take advantage of that lady.
Definitely.
To know that she's desperate, and without sending support over to them, that situation is just going to get worse and worse and worse. In terms of the work that One Ummah does, What kind of things are you hoping to be able to provide for the Rohingya people, aside from food?
At the moment, obviously, as I mentioned previously, is the food parcels that we're going to want to hand out for families, which will last them a month. That's a family on average of 6 people. For one whole month, that's £47, which obviously, as you can imagine, will go a long, long way for them. And it's just only a small amount for 6 people for 4 weeks. We're also going to be looking to do water projects. So we're going to be doing hand pumps and water wells in areas in the Arakan state where these people have got almost nothing. And we're going to be doing hand pumps. They'll cost anywhere between £200 to £300 depending on the size of the hand pump that you do. The smaller one will cost around £230. So if anyone wants to donate to that, we welcome them donations. And also we'll be looking to do like shelter, so like small tents, because people have obviously at the same time they've got nowhere to live. So we'll be doing shelters for around £150. Hopefully providing families with tents so they can live in. So these are the main things that we're pushing for the people of Burma, the Rohingyans who are suffering at the moment.
Fantastic, brilliant.
But just a quick last point to add is we are 100% donation policy as well as a charity. So if someone was to donate the £47, the full £47 goes towards the cause, and none of this goes towards any administration fees or anything like this. So we're hoping people can get really behind us and support these forgotten people, the people of Burma.
Mm-hmm. And also, if you're watching this from London, on the 14th of July, we're going to be in London, central London, at 2 o'clock. We're going to be handing out leaflets for One Ummah, raising awareness about the situation of the Rohingyans. So if you're free on the 14th of July, you can meet us there. Alternatively, is there a website that people can go to learn more about One Ummah?
Yeah, if you want to learn anything else about One Ummah, or you want to support us, support any of the causes, then you can go to www.oneummah.org.uk. If you have any questions or any queries, you can also email us at info@oneummah.org.uk. And like Basil said, he's going to be in London on the 14th of July around 2 p.m. So anyone who's from London, please go out and support him. He's going to be handing out leaflets about One Ummah, about the crisis. He's going to be giving out information. He's looking forward to having some good conversation with all you guys. So please get behind this fantastic challenge, Dawn Till Dusk, and support Basil in his cause. Check him out on Facebook, and hopefully we can make a difference.
Excellent. The link to the website that is mentioned, link to where you can donate, is all going to be in the description. So if you click there, that'll take you to where you need to go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. Right, nice one.
Sorry.
That's fine. That's fine.